George Clooney is here. He is, as you know, a writer, a producer, an actor, a director, an activist, and a friend of this program. You know his films, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Good Night and Good Luck, and the Ocean's Trilogy. Here is some of that work.
Seeing someone for the first time, like you could be passing on the street and you look at each other and for a few seconds there's this kind of a recognition, like you both know something. The next moment the person is gone and it's too late to do anything about it, and you always remember it because it was there and you let it go and you think to yourself, what if I had stopped? What if I had said something? What if? Because the house always wins. You play long enough, you never change the stakes, the house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house.
Been practicing this speech, haven't you?
A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed it.
No, it was good. I liked it.
We are going with a story that says that the U.S. Air Force tried Milo Radulovich without one shred of evidence and found him guilty of being a security risk without his constitutional
you, who
rights.
also have not seen the evidence, are claiming he's not a security risk. Wouldn't you guess that the people who have seen the contents of that envelope might have a better idea of what makes someone a danger to his country? Or do you think it should just be you that decides?
Who are the people?
Don't you know who I am? I'm a fixer. I'm a bag man. I do everything from shoplifting housewives to bent congressmen, and you're gonna kill me? What do you need? Karen, lay it on me. You want a carry permit? You want a heads up on an insider trading subpoena? I sold out Arthur for 80 grand and a 3-year contract, and you're gonna kill me?
The last clip was from his Oscar-nominated performance in Michael Clayton. His latest film is Leatherheads. It is a football comedy in the great tradition of Howard Hawks and Preston Sturges. Here is a scene from Leatherheads.
What position you play in high school? Kicker. Kicker?
What the hell? Coach thought it'd be the best position for me.
Who's your coach?
Math teacher.
Huddle up.
I am pleased to have him back at this table. All right. Leatherheads. It is described as a screwball comedy.
That's right.
What is a screwball comedy?
It's a comedy where people, no, I can't really say that. Screw up, mostly.
Yeah.
It was, this is a script that's been around for a long time, and for me it was about, I'd done so many, I was doing all these films, and everything that they were sending me was important and heavy and had issues.
This is right after Syriana.
After Syriana and Good Night, Good Luck.
Yeah.
Even Michael Clayton, all of them sort of felt very heavy-handed. And in particular, as a filmmaker, as a director, I really wanted to be able to say, listen, I don't want to be an issues guy. I want to direct, and I want to do all kinds of genres. And this one seemed fun and funny and light, and something very different than I'd been doing.
And you did the casting?
Mm-hmm.
Renee, you thought was...
She was the perfect choice. Renee is, she has this quality that is, first of all, she's an immaculate actress. She can do anything. But she also has this thing that you can't act, which is she can fit into a period piece and not feel contemporary. And most actors oftentimes feel contemporary when they come in there. And that's something you can only cast. You can't get them to act it.
Are you in love with period pieces?
I didn't think I was, and somebody brought it up, and I was like...
I think Karen James, writing about it, he's decided to work his way through each decade.
I know. I didn't even think about it, and then I realized I probably am. I know I have a better... I think better of the times than they probably were. I'm sure dying of polio in 1925.
Might not have been great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do have there's a fondness in storytelling for that kind of, it's easier to place things in the past a lot of times.
There's a story that you actually got up one night and decided that the Philadelphia Story had some application to this, and that would be the sort of the connective tissue for the story you wanted to tell. And so you hit the typewriter or you hit the computer, and 41 pages later you had a new script.
Yeah, you know what it was, first of all, I think every romantic comedy, basically, that you start with a Philadelphia story.
Yeah,
but,
right.
but what you learned was that there were some tricks to it. The first thing you had to do was you had to be very careful with the John Krasinski character, the other guy. You can't make him just the guy that gets pie in his face.
This is Mr. Perfect, who turns out to have a flaw.
But you can't make those flaws lethal. You have to make him actually a good catch. There has to be sort of a good combination for everybody, and that if she ended up with him, that'd be okay.
Now, is that primarily casting or script?
Both. You can't cast or you can't act likability, and John Krasinski has.
You can't act likability.
Yeah.
You either have it.
Period. I mean, it's that simple. I mean,
It is, I agree.
People, and it is a funny thing about star quality. You can look at somebody and go, that's the best looking person I've ever seen in my life. They're going to be a big star, and they aren't. And I don't know why. I've seen people in the acting class, some of the best actors I've ever worked with were in an acting class that never made it out of that class.
How much do you think your sense of humor is part of your appeal?
I don't know. You know,
That you don't take it all too seriously, yet you appreciate fame, for example. I mean, you said to me, or I read once that you said that the last thing anybody wants to hear, and I couldn't agree with this more, some celebrity says,
yeah, exactly.
some celebrity says,
whining about
fame. Oh, fame is so terrible.
I know. It's a funny thing. Even when there are things that are a drag, and there are things that are a drag, you can't complain about them because I literally, I cut tobacco for a living, and I sold shoes in a department store.
In North Carolina, we call that priming tobacco.
Priming tobacco. Cutting, topping, chopping.
Yeah.
And, the last thing I would have wanted to do is turn on the TV and see someone who's wealthy, living in a house in Italy,
right,
talking about how miserable they're
you,
like,
exactly.
I would have snapped.
Oh, God, I'm
Kill them.
Fame is awful. I'm working so hard, and they bother me all the time, and I can't go anywhere.
It's terrible.
Okay, fine. We'll just take it all away from you. See how you like it.
Backpacking my way through the Four Seasons in France.
Yes, exactly. All right. Where is the director in this scene?
Unfortunately, he's getting punched in the face
Yes,
at that time.
So, what do? You sort of set the scene up.
Yeah.
And then you know where your marker is, and
Well, you prepare months and months in advance. I mean, literally, you block everything out. You draw out little cartoons, basically, of every single shot and every single scene, so that you can plan it out. You put the camera where you want it to go, and then you got to get into the scene and try to pretend that you're not paying attention to the other actor's performance, as opposed to just, as an actor, you're supposed to just get in it, and if it's you and I, we would just act it out.
Yeah.
And hopefully not me judging you or being
Exactly
aware of the
right.
camera getting into
right,
it.
right. You can't play the two roles all at the same time.
No, you have to sort of let go of one at a time and then go back and look at a monitor. I don't know how, I was thinking about this, how someone like Orson Welles would have done it without playback.
Yeah, I know. You have playback. He didn't, and so he doesn't know what he just did.
It just makes him even more brilliant.
When did you first start thinking about being a director?
It was when I was back years ago, I was doing sitcoms. And a big part of doing a sitcom, which is fun, is that all the actors participate in the writing. Right. And they all sort of fix problems in the script. And they sit around the table and they get up and they sort of work it out. And you block it. And in sitcoms, you do 3 days maybe even sometimes 4 days of rehearsal. And you're working with a director like you're doing theater. And from that point on, I always felt like it'd be fun to be able to come up with the ideas and have a little more control.
Did you do any episodes of ER?
No, none at all. No, the first thing I directed was Confessions.
It was. I mean, which was a good movie. Didn't do that well, but it was a great movie.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the film.
So what's the most important thing you have learned? I mean, who has helped you, or what helps you get better?
Well, I don't know that you get better. I think you get. I think the secret is.
You don't know that you get better?
I don't know that you do. I think that you get. If you look at the history of people who make films, they have cycles in their career where they make great films and the cycles where they don't.
And it's not necessarily the last film they made.
And it's not the last film they make is usually not the best film if you think of it. In fact, you'd be very hard pressed to find any director who, at the end of their career, is making films the way they are in the beginning. So for
Clint
me,
Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, sure, absolutely.
Is the exception.
But you could find an awful lot of directors that you could say that doesn't necessarily work with. So your trick is to, I feel like, is to keep working, you know, to continually keep looking and be interested in things. And as long as you're interested in them, and somebody gives you the money to do it, then do it. And the minute that they don't, you go away.
Yeah. Tell me 5 directors, or one, that you've never met that you would always, that you wish you could now have a conversation about directing with. I mean, would it be somebody like Billy Wilder?
Yeah,
would it be someone like Billy Wilder would be great for this, wouldn't he?
Billy Wilder for this would be great. I think the guy that I would, you know, it's a funny one, George Stevens, you know, because, you know, you watch The More the Merrier before the war, the stuff he shot before the war, some of the best romantic comedies you'll ever see in your life. Then he goes off and he shoots, you know, footage for the war, and he comes back and
in color.
In color, I saw those amazing footage, and then he comes back, and then it's A Place in the Sun. You know, and Giant and films like that. I think that might be, because I'd like to talk to a director that was that good at handling. Joel and Ethan can do that. That good at handling comedy.
Now, there's somebody who just made their best movie, I think, don't you?
Every film they make, I love.
But it never seems to get better.
I think absolutely.
Yeah, but they're still very young. But I mean, they'll make one.
You're signing them off right now.
Well, no, but you know, certainly they'll make a movie that's not as good as No Country for Old Men, I would think.
Well, I've just made a film with them, so let's hope.
Let's not hope it's that one. What did you make with?
I have a film coming out in September called Burn After Reading with Joel and Ethan, and it's Frances McDormand and Brad Pitt and Tilda Swinton.
Brad Pitt
and John Malkovich. It's a really fun cast. And
when do you direct again?
Probably the beginning of this next year, the end of this year, the beginning of next year.
What's it going to be?
It's there's a play that's almost it's being written. It's almost finished. It's just so beautifully written about it's sort of about an election process. It feels like The Candidate a little bit. You know, it's a good.
You're
one.
the candidate, or are you just going to direct it?
I think I want to direct one. I'd like to stay out of it if I can. You know.
Well, quiz show you did both, didn't you?
Confessions, you mean? Yeah, I did.
What did you direct after Confessions?
Good Night, Good Luck.
Oh, that's right, Good Night. Right,
but I did a TV series.
Not quiz show.
Yes. I did a television series in between called Unscripted, and we just took, it was about actors and sort of what they really go through in trying to get a job. Not the stuff you see on TV, but the actual sort of process. And it was mostly improvised with these wonderful actors, and we just had digital cameras and we shot it, and it was so exciting to be to do things that were completely unstructured. That informed how to shoot Good Night and Good Luck. So it's always a constant movement forward, you know.
But when you're on the set as an actor, whether it's Michael Clayton,
right?
Are you thinking about the director and thinking about watching the director, and are you saying,
"Oh yeah, oh yeah"? I'm telling you, I'll watch. The other night I was watching this film La Vie en Rose, and she won the Academy Award for it. Marianne won and I saw a couple of things that the guy did in the movie, and it was like, that's a really good move, you know. And you see him, and you think that's a good thing to pay attention to or to steal, I think, later. But you know, I don't spend time in my trailer on the set.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't, you know, because I'm from Kentucky and I try to stay out of trailers. But you know, I really like sets. And you know, when you're struggling as an actor to get to a place where you can actually work on a set, you know, to get jobs, then the first thing you do is you end up
into a trailer.
Going and hang in a trailer. It's like, sets are exciting to me, and so I'd stay on sets and watch and be around Soderbergh and the Coens and people when they're making films, and that's really fun.